It's a nice green. This is a new spot for my camera. This is fun. Hi friends, I have not vlogged in a while, so I'm a little rusty on talking to the camera. I hope it's not super weird. I am getting ready for Bring on Spring right now. I have been sketching up a storm. I've been planning my pieces. Yeah, it's been really good. I've already pretty much finished one of my pieces, so I'm a little late on doing this vlog because the first piece will not have any content. But that's okay. I'm gonna retroactively show you everything I've done right now, and then from here on out, I'll take you with me. Does that sound good? Last year, I approached planning Bring on Spring a little bit more deliberately than I have had in previous years. I basically take a sketchbook page and just draw the prompts. Just follow references of real life photos of the prompts so I can practice drawing those things and start to get ideas of how I'm gonna draw those things, because some of the prompts are a little bit more ambiguous, so it's nice to have a chance to actually practice that item in its different forms and that kind of thing. So that's what I've done for most of the prompts so far. This is Egg and Violet, which is the very first prompt, which I actually have already completed. I have mixed feelings about whether it's kosher or not to approach the challenge by doing things in advance. For me, this year, I absolutely had to, because I'm gonna be in Newfoundland from April 3rd to 9th, so I will literally not be here for 2 of the prompts, and I want them to be as close to ready as possible, because if I have to do the last little details and stuff while I'm there and then upload them while I'm there, that's fine. But one of my goals this year is to do at least the base of the piece traditionally, because I've been really loving the mashup of digital and traditional lately, and so I think that's appropriate for that to be the way that I approach Bring on Spring this year. First, thought I was gonna do something like this, where I just paint like an egg with violets on it. Then I went a completely different route. It's kind of like a flat folk arty kind of style. I don't know what to call this kind of piece. Please comment if you have like a nice simple name to call this style of illustration, because I always stumble through it. It's kind of folk art inspired. It's kind of like a flat lay. It's kind of, I don't know. I need a more concise way to explain. So I did this because I wanted the textures of natural paint, and I got what I wanted, but the problem is that in the paints that I have, I didn't have exactly the colors that I wanted. I scanned this, brought it into Procreate, and because it's on a white background, it was very easy for me to select items and change their colors. So one of my favorite things about it is the fact that I added the background in later. What I used to always do for all of my pieces is do the full background in color and then paint on top of that, with the background color being behind stuff. But what I did this time was colored in the background around all of my little subjects and left white behind, and also little bits of white around each of the little pieces, and I really love how this looks. I think it makes all of the little pieces pop more when you have kind of the white bordering them a little bit. I'm currently working on prompt number 2, which is Strawberry and Letter. This one I struggled with a little bit because I couldn't come up with a composition with those 2 prompts together that I was really happy with. I think I'm gonna like this one in the end, but what I ended up with is essentially a strawberry plant growing out of an envelope, which is where the letter aspect comes from. I thought about doing strawberry stamps. I don't know why I abandoned that idea. I returned to that idea one day. I love throwing out my ideas on video because I always inevitably at some point come back and watch my videos and then I go, oh yeah, that thing. Maybe I'll do that now. So that's where the second one is at. And then today I'm also working on the 3rd prompt, which is Hills and Clouds. And for this one, I really wanted to do a landscape with a bunch of hills, with a little house on one of the hills, just so you could picture this house in the countryside with clouds in the sky. And I'm really struggling with this one because I am not really happy with my landscape skills in general yet. Every time I try and do a landscape, I am always dissatisfied with it, but the only way I'm gonna get better at them is just making them. And I have to accept that it's okay that if not every one of my Bring on Spring pieces are my best work ever. It's important to use this challenge as a chance to push myself and grow and try the things that I want to get better at. So today I had to drop off my car to get my winter tires swapped for my summer tires. I went over to Starbucks while I was waiting for my car to be done, and this is what I sketched and did color blocking for Hills and Clouds. I'm pretty happy with it, and I think it's gonna make a really cute illustration once it all comes together. I'm still playing around with colors, and the nice part about starting digital, going traditional, back to digital, is I have a lot of room to experiment with colors to make sure I'm happy with it before I like really start coloring the final thing. What I've been doing lately, which you may have seen me do in a previous vlog, is I'll put my paper onto my iPad and turn the brightness up really high and trace onto the paper, which is exactly what I did for this, and I'm about to do it for the sketch for Hills and Clouds as well. So then I have my pieces on paper that I will paint first. As you probably noticed with this one, I didn't do the whole piece because I decided that wasn't my goal. My goal wasn't to do the whole piece in traditional, it was to do enough of it that it had the natural painterly look. That's my next step for both of these pieces. They're the ones that I need to really focus on right now because today is March 28th and I leave on April 3rd. Leading up to that, we have non-stop Easter dinners because between my family and Kelsey's family, we have many, many dinners to go to every holiday, which makes holiday times very, very busy, but I just feel blessed because we have awesome family and I feel really lucky that we get to do that. That's where we're at, and I'm hoping I can stay on top of actually remembering to process film more of the rest of this. Regardless, I hope it's a good time and that we can get in the springy spirit, working on my Bring On Spring stuff together.
Hi baby girl, are you here to art with me? You gonna lie in your bed? What? Oh, thank you! Bringing your baby. Your disgusting octopus that has 2 legs removed. That's nice. Look at them. I love them. Hi, Benny.
painted these, which I think turned out, they're not done yet. I don't know why I said turned in the past tense. I think they are going really well. I am really happy with the color that I got from, I got really close to the color that I have on my iPad screen, which is hard to do, so I'm very pleased. It turns out that this sap green, which I wouldn't normally think is in my typical colors. It's not a color I normally gravitate towards. It doesn't seem, I don't know why. I don't know. It's a nice green. It's perfect for this. I just slowly like added white to get each layer of the hill getting closer, a little bit lighter, which I have discovered is what makes a landscape look nice based on looking at other people's artwork and really analyzing it and figuring out why it works. I'm thinking I'm gonna add a few more details to this before I scan it in and finish it digitally, which I will do tomorrow morning. Like, I think I'm gonna put the roof on the house and paint the clouds, because clouds in particular I think will benefit from having that really painterly look. And then this one, conveniently I just was like, I have extra green and it's a good green for the leaves of, or the stems of my little strawberry plant here. So I did that. I'm gonna paint the strawberries red. Again, I want them to have a very painterly look, so I'm gonna do that traditionally tomorrow. I really like the variation in the colors of the leaves. I think that it looks really cute, and there's a really nice contrast between all the leaves, and all the leaves stand out against each other and all that stuff. Yeah, so these are almost done, at least this stage of the painting, and I have to finish them digitally. This one is gonna go on like a background of some kind. I haven't settled on what the background is going to be. I baked some cookies, which I showed you. I have already eaten too many, but I'm probably going to eat more tonight because it's Easter, and that means sugar, apparently. I end up eating a lot of junky food at Easter. I always forget that Easter is like one of those holidays where you overeat and eat way too many sweets, but it totally ends up being that way, at least for me, especially because Kelsey and I end up going to so many dinners, of which we are going to one tonight at his dad's house. And my parents are coming as well, and so is lots of his family. It's going to be a very big event, and I'm very excited for it because I love our family.
Desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie, hurt you. I fell in love with you, but I have this chance for the rest of my life. To be my partner every night.
I think I'm done with the paintings now. I think I'm gonna scan and do the rest digitally from here. I'm loving how this one's turning out. I originally tried to make the flowers, I like the ivory color that I settled with more, but you can kind of see in some spots. I had started out by trying to make the flowers like a really light pink that I just made by mixing white with the same red I did the strawberries, but I think the ivory is true to what like a real strawberry plant looks like, and I just like the balance of it better with the flowers being the ivory. That was so unpleasant. First I inhaled my hair and it was gonna be a sneeze, and then it ended up being more of a cough, so I still feel that sneeze feeling in my nose. Oh, I didn't realize how sleepy I was until I started talking. You can hear my voice is not awake yet. Very happy with where this is at. I hope that I can make a background for it that I'm happy with, because I gotta like get going on this, even though I'm very busy the next few days, because the day that it has to come out is the day that we're flying. No, it'll be the first day we're in Newfoundland. So I'm like gonna have to finish all the details while like going through the airports and stuff. That'll be interesting. And then with this guy, the sky ended up being quite a bit more gloomy looking than what I wanted. So the nice part about going in and working on it digitally is that I will just like isolate this part of it and then adjust the color settings to make it a little bit lighter, I think. And then the clouds, I want to have more, like be quite a bit lighter than the sky. So I'll make the sky a little bit lighter and the clouds even lighter than that is my hope. But I'm hoping that the texture I got into the clouds will be retained. I also didn't want as much of, I needed the clouds to like contrast against the sky, but I'm more of the like dark ashy blue edge stayed in there than I wanted, so we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, I decided this piece to do all of the details digitally because this is the one that I have a bit more time for, because this one doesn't have to come out until the 7th. But I think, yeah, I think all the flowers I'm gonna do digitally because I want to be able to try and redo them because I don't know exactly how I want them to be done. I don't have a very clear picture. Today we're going for Easter dinner at my mom's. I'm very excited because Kelsey's family is coming, and also one of my best pals who's one of my bridesmaids is coming, and my uncle's coming. We haven't had a dinner with him in a long time, so it's gonna be a nice evening, I hope. And I'm making naleshniki, which is a Ukrainian dish, and I'm very excited that my friend who is also part Ukrainian taught me how to make them, and it's become one of my contributions to family dinners because they're delicious and I get frequently asked for them now, and I'm always excited to make them because they're so good. I have to make basically like a bunch of tiny crepes. I haven't made them in a while, so I have to figure out what my flow of making them is going to be, but make the filling with the cottage cheese and seasonings, wrap them all up in little like burritos, and then you fill the pan with all your little cottage cheese burritos, and then you put a cream sauce on top. So good. I love Ukrainian food because it largely consisted of ingredients like potatoes, various kinds of cheese, and dill, which are like my favorite foods.
You're a healthy person.
Hi, Parker. Hello.
Professional question answer and an answer.
I have been having one of those days where I feel like I can't get on top of anything, that all the little things I have to do are too much. Normally when I check something off my to-do list, it gives me that little boost of energy to do the next thing, and that is just not happening today. And that's okay. I need to remind myself that days like this are normal. They just happen sometimes, and the best thing I can do is warmly accept that this is how I'm feeling today and just do the best that I can. But I find that especially hard when I feel really overwhelmed by all the stuff that I want to be doing right now. Like I have tons of stuff I have to do to get ready for my trip that we're leaving on in 2 days. I have so much stuff rattling around in my head right now that I want to do business-wise that is just, I'm trying to leap too far ahead into stuff that I'm like not ready for yet. I keep looking around and seeing like little tasks I need to tackle that I haven't had the energy or time for, and those are really weighing on me today. So I just need to finish this that I'm doing right now, and then I'm gonna go get comfy on the couch and work on my Bring On Spring stuff there, because that's really important, because I need to get that ball rolling because I'm gonna be leaving on my trip soon, and I need to make sure my next 2 illustrations are prepped and ready to go for those days because I'm gonna be so busy traveling around when they need to come out. So I'm gonna go get comfy on the couch and work on my illustrations there, because then I can kind of trick my brain into thinking that I am relaxing even when I am doing work stuff that I need to do, but then it becomes kind of a combination of both.
Okay. Penny, sit. Penny, sit. Good boy, Parker. You're doing so good.